the Petri Compact E film camera. This is a small camera from Petri in Japan. They're part of the, I'm not sure if I'm going to say this correctly, but Kuribayashi camera industry from Tokyo, Japan. I'm pretty sure it's from the early 60s. One easy way you could tell is by in the focusing scale. If it only shows meters, it's usually from the 60s, from like the late 60s, early 70s. The cameras imported here started measuring in feet. It's actually on my wall. I'm not sure you saw that. But anyways, it's a 135 film camera or 35mm, which you can see right here. And as you can tell from the size, it's a very small camera. Here's my cell phone. It's the one with the 4-inch screen. As you can see, lengthwise, it's smaller than my cell phone. It fits in the pocket very comfortably. It was made for women actually, so you can fit them in your clutch perch and such. And the bag that it comes with is styled very much after women. It's a leather case, seen its day. This camera I got from my father. He bought it from his next door neighbor during a yard sale. They sold it to him for $1. It's a pretty little neat camera. I use it mainly for street photography. It's always in my pocket. That's one of my favorite things. It's so small. Fits in my pocket. It's not cumbersome. It is pretty heavy though, because it's made all out of, guessing, stamped. I can't tell if it's aluminum. It looks more like stamped stainless steel. I'm not really sure. But anyways, it has a fixed lens, which is a 28mm 2.8. There's no way pretty much to focus it. It looks like a rangefinder, but it's not. It just uses zone focusing, I guess you would call it. It's not SLR, you can't see through the lens while focusing, and it's not rangefinder, so you can't focus that way either. You just have to zone focus. I mainly shoot at f16. It goes from 2.8 to f16. The shutter speeds are from bulb mode and 1/15th of a second up to 2/50th of a second. It has a X speed flash sync, which comes handy. And for focusing, it has a way to tell you right there. It has S, which is for 10 feet, and G. And so what I like about this one is that the previous owner, whoever had it, they put a tape on the back where it converts it from the metric scale to the scale we use here in the United States, which I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the standard style, whatever. But that's pretty neat. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you through the viewfinder. You can't see it a little bit. It's in portrait mode. The thing about this camera is that even though it takes 135 film or the 35mm, it's a half frame camera, which means it only uses half of the 35mm frame, which it has its pros and its cons. One pro is that you get twice the number of exposures, and film is not really cheap these days. So with my 24 exposure film, I get 48 exposures. It's a 28mm lens. The aperture is a 4-bladed. It's a square aperture. It's not really that nice, but I'm not really shooting it wide open, so I'm not worried about the bokeh and stuff. The shutter has a really quiet shutter. It's perfect for street photography. I'm gonna show you. The shutter sound, it really sounds the same from 250th to 1/15th. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna take a little picture so you can see. I'm just range focusing it. I'm gonna shoot it wide open. This is the first time I've ever shot it wide open, and I'm shooting it indoors with 400 speed film, which is the same as ISO 400. I'm just gonna make a test so you can hear the shutter how quiet it is. There you go. I'm not sure if you heard the whine before, but it's like a self timer, which you hear at bulb mode and 30th of a second. But when you're shooting at 250, I'm basically gonna waste this frame. But I'm just gonna show you how quiet it is. This at 250. Oh, and I'm gonna show you another neat feature. The shutter to wind it. It's pretty awesome. You hold it like this, and it goes really fast. Well, I did it slow, but you can do it really fast and take multiple pictures. It's like almost like a rifle. But anyways, here's at 2/50th of a second, so you can hear how quiet it is. And that's it. That's at 2/50th of a second. It's perfect for street photography. People don't even realize you're taking a picture of them. It's a 28mm lens, so you have to get really close to people. Because even though it's half frame, the focal length doesn't change, even though it's being cropped. It doesn't change, so it's still a 28mm. The thing is, it's in portrait layout, which is almost contradicting to almost like if you used to your DSLRs, SLRs, you used to it being in horizontal. So that's a nice change. But I'm mainly using it to shoot people with it out in the streets. It's very tiny, fits in my hand perfectly. Like even I could wind it and shoot the shutter with one hand operation. It is pretty. I think it weighs almost as much as my DSLR, but it's not really that heavy for me. But if you want a little compact camera, it has a meter right here. It's a reflective meter. The one in mine doesn't work, so I can't show you that. But basically, you set your whatever speed you're using of film, and there's a needle you can see right there, and you just adjust it till it corresponds with the needle down here. Down below in the description, I'm gonna have a link to the manual. The manual basically tells you everything. Another thing to know is that the hot shoe, it's a really weird hot shoe. It does not work with the standard flashes because it's basically just all one ground. So what I have to use, I have to use a PC sync cable with it, because if not, what happens is that it just grounds it. Like here's a flash I'm gonna show you. As soon as you touch any part of the body, it goes off. Oh, I don't have it. I had it in slate, so let me put it in normal, and I'll show you. See, as you see, as soon as it touches the body, it goes off, and then it just goes crazy. It's a weird hot shoe, but it has a PC sync cable, so that's what I end up using. I put a what's it called? I think it's called an isolator or something like that. We just put a spacer that you can mount when I want to use flash, that's what I use. Put that there, and I put this one right here, and connect the flash sync cable. I believe X sync is 200 or 250. It should say in the manual. But anyways, it's a great little camera. Perfect for street photography. During this year, 2013, for street, I've been mainly using film. I haven't even shot any digital on the street. I like using film because it makes you think more. And this camera is tiny compared to my DSLR, and the quality should be a lot better than my point and shoots and my cell phone. I haven't developed a film yet. As soon as I do, I'll link the picture to the sample down below. I'm halfway through this roll barely. I started in January and I'm still not done with 1/24 exposure roll, because in this camera it doubles it, so it becomes a 48. But it's a neat little camera. I think the price of them are like between $16 and $30. I think that's the going rate for them right now. But yeah, if you want to pick up a compact camera, if you're into sound focusing, I'd get this one, because there's no other way to focus it. So even though it has a 2.8 lens, I'm not even sure if the scale's correct, because at minimum it's a 0.7 meter, but I'm not even sure if it is exactly that. We'll find out. I'll do some testing and I'll get back to you guys with another part of this video, and links down below. Thank you for watching. Do you have any questions, comments about film cameras, DSLR, anything you have a question on, just leave them down below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks.